All right. Hi. Welcome to another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples, and I am here with the one and only Mr. Bob Kitson to my left. Are you high?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
High as
And to
fuck.
my right, the amazing Miss Chewy May.
Yep.
Hi. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being on time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
I like how you do your podcast right before an open mic
Yeah.
in order to get an audience, even if it's just one
It
comic
doesn't matter.
who's
It doesn't
like,
matter.
I ain't got shit else to do today.
I'm trying to promote
It's
it.
mic day. This is mic
Eventually,
day.
The point is, I'll get audience here, and hopefully one day you guys will make this big enough, and they'll pay, so I won't have to charge comics. That's the goal. That was the genius behind it.
But if your audience is comics,
But I mean, for now, the comics. Sometimes, like a couple weeks ago, there were like real people here.
really,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
people will come in and they're
really,
like, hey,
did you take photos of that?
I think this folder's out there in the
Photos?
ether.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So
Were they impressed with your high-tech podcast equipment?
they were not. They were more impressed by the comedians up here.
Good.
Very
That's
nice.
all. That's
Yeah.
the most important
So
thing.
yeah,
Indeed.
yeah, we are very high tech. So don't judge me, fucking Chewy May.
Love.
Thank you. Well, yeah. Tell me. Just give an intro to yourselves.
Chewy, please
Chewy.
first.
Oh, sure.
Who you are.
I'm Chewy May. I'm a comedian here in New York City. Trying to make sure it gets the sound.
Yep. No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also.
Oh, yeah. Comedian here in New York City. Buddy of Jimmy Peoples.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
A long-ass time.
Long ass time? Did you start in New York?
Yeah, I started in New York.
You originally from New York?
Originally from New York. Started off in New York. Started off doing bringer shows back in the day at a club that no longer exists.
Nice. Fuck that club.
So,
Fuck that club. What was the name of the club?
well,
Is it? Did you say?
they moved. I don't know. It was
Same
comics. Comics back in. They used to be in New York
The COMIX company?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
back in the day.
What and I'll get you good.
Bob Kitson.
Bob Kitson.
Also a comedian.
Yes.
Uh,
For how long?
I've been a comedian for 7 years.
Nice.
I've been in New York for the last 2. I started in LA. But came out here because LA scene kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're famous. If you're famous, LA's great. If not, it's pointless. So, out here doing this and making friends with Jimmy Peoples,
Absolutely.
apparently.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Good. Beard's looking good.
Thank you, thank you. It's not been trimmed or anything in quite some time.
That's good.
I've been lazy. I haven't
He's
cut my
lustfully
hair.
looking at Brian's beard.
Yeah.
The Bob's,
Yeah.
but it's
Bob's.
the same.
But
Sorry,
I could be
it's-
Brian.
sorry.
I could
Are
be
you
Brian.
high too?
Maybe I'm getting a contact high
You
from
can
Bob.
you get a
Possible.
contact just from hugging Bob.
You
Bob
can.
is
You
very
can.
lovely.
I'm a resinous.
You have a
resinous.
Fox Brothers barbecue hat that
Yes.
fits your persona perfectly.
I hate you for that.
'Cause
You
you
should-
look.
I don't normally wear baseball hats except for when I do my day job, which
That's
is
good.
walking dogs.
You should be a
'cause
spokesperson
it's
for
cooler.
barbecue.
I like neck uppies like barbecue.
Well, a
stuff.
friend of mine works for this particular barbecue.
Really?
They're in Atlanta, Georgia. Fox Brothers Barbecue. They're
I
banging.
need sponsorship on
They're
that. I
banging
need,
right
yeah,
there.
click.
Just check them out.
Chewy, what compelled you to do comedy?
I dropped out of college, my first school, and then at home I was looking on Craigslist. Back when Craigslist posted legitimate shit, I was on Craigslist to see what to do, and saw an ad for a new talent showcase. Did it, fell in love with it, and then continued.
Wow, you found comedy on Craigslist.
Yeah.
That's a deep dark place. That's
I dodged all the dick and got
Woo!
comedy dick.
Bob. What was that aha moment?
I don't know. I've been performing since I was 7. I did
Comedy?
No, theater. I did theater.
You're 14?
Music, and and then played in bands. And then after I had kids and stuff, I decided I wanted to perform again.
Your father.
Yeah.
How many kids?
Too many. It's a lot. I have a lot of kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have a lot of kids.
That's amazing.
Like, you could start a sports team.
You don't look like you can keep a hot pocket cook well. Like you
What?
don't. Yeah,
You don't know nothing about my cooking. you
But
talk to
got the
comics.
barbecue hat.
You talk to New York comics in the game, and they will tell you about my cooking.
No, but yeah.
I put it down.
I heard.
in the
I
kitchen.
actually heard.
I put it down.
I've seen pictures. So
Oh.
this proof.
It's like
Yeah.
a love connection between you
Cook
two.
really-
You love his beer.
That's my
You
thing.
want to cook for
No, I
him.
love this guy.
But so I wanted to perform again, but I didn't have the patience to like be in a band or like go to auditions. So I found an open mic at the Downtown Comedy Club in Los Angeles. I signed up for it like a month in advance, and then I wrote like 26 pages of stuff, and realized that I was only going to be up there for 5 minutes, and like basically just memorized the first like 6 sentences of what I wrote and went up and did it, and yeah, that's it.
awesome.
Never looked back after that.
That
Just
is pretty well,
started
yeah.
doing it.
I feel like I'm getting contact just by sitting next to you. I got a whiff. I'll say,
So much
"Hey,
Yeah, it's me.
it's
It's
pretty
me.
pretty damn good.
It happens a lot.
All right, we'll do a quick current event section. How do you feel about things going on right now? Like,
Everything is horrible.
everything's horrible.
Yeah.
What do you dislike about this country right now?
The president, racism.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Do you face a lot of racism?
I guess I have, and
What nationality are you?
I'm
Yeah.
Asian. If you can't tell by my name, Asian.
No, you can't tell by your name.
Chewy May. Oh,
Chewy May?
Yeah.
Sounds
If you were in LA, everybody would think you're Mexican.
Mexican, yeah.
Really? Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Chewy is a nickname
Chewy's is
for
Mexican.
Mexican dudes.
over 300 pounds.
Yeah, usually big Mexican.
I am actually
dudes.
over 300
Yeah,
pounds.
over
listeners.
300 pounds.
I mean, they're sitting on my folds.
Always has a French braid and
yeah.
and pinky rings.
Jimmy has had his fair share of chewies.
What are you thinking right now?
Oh man. I mean, obviously disappointed in that Trump is president. More disappointed that Hillary Clinton won't shut the fuck up
Yeah.
about losing.
Yeah.
It's like you lost
You lost.
because you sucked.
Terrible. Yeah.
Don't blame it on Bernie. Don't blame it. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, Russia might have helped, but you're a horrible candidate.
Drop the ball.
I mean, I respect her as a person. She's great. Like she did a good job in New York, from what I've heard. I mean, I wasn't living here at the time, but as watching her as a presidential candidate the first time, and then this time, I'm like, come on, seriously?
Yeah.
Like, why did you do that? You did that to us. You did Trump to us.
Yeah. I feel like Trump is like the substitute teacher who we found out was going to stay the whole year. Right? And then like
Yeah.
we're like, no, fuck you. We're not going to listen to you.
Right.
Like where's our real teacher? Where's Obama? Where's
Or like,
Obama
yeah.
coming back? And then like Hillary is like, she was like the teacher that, well, she was like the parent that lied to you by spelling words that you couldn't.
Oh yeah, right. Like
You know?
tried to say fuck by spelling it out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, F you, and you can't trust that, you know?
Yeah. No, you can't.
Here we go. Let's do some questions. The questions that
Oh,
you tried to
question.
pre-read,
Of
but
course
you
we
can't.
pre-read.
Yeah.
Come on.
What profession other than this would you like to attempt?
Would I like to attempt?
Yes.
Just attempt?
Yeah, just
I don't have to do it. I can
Yeah.
just for fun one time.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you a 2-part question on that.
Sniper.
Sniper.
Yeah.
That'd be
I mean,
cool.
why- I mean, so just you get to attempt it once. Maybe you don't even see the guy you have to shoot.
Yeah.
You're just there.
And
Yeah.
nobody
That's right.
shoots you
Just
back.
That was your attempt. I would
Pretty
attempt
good.
that. I would attempt.
That's pretty good.
I would
I like
attempt
that.
to be a sniper for like 6 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
It's mostly just
What's
sitting though.
what's a
Like,
regular shift? 8 hours? I could do that for 8 hours.
Just sitting watching people. Just
Right, right. I have a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I might miss it because I'm watching YouTube videos, but I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't
You have
really.
to find
And
him.
honestly, I don't really want to shoot him. Just
Yeah.
want to see what it'd be like to be a sniper.
Like, I could blow your head up right now.
Yeah, I could do it. I could do it. Like, you know, like I have you in the like. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty. What would you do?
I don't know.
Sure.
I recently attempted to be a battle rapper for
Nice.
Mr. Renado's
Nice.
Battlelicious, and I couldn't stop giggling when it was my turn to rap. So I So I lost.
So you just did the bobbing? Was it always just the bob? It's like, yeah.
I started giggling.
Yeah.
And that's how bad I was. He was like, anybody in the because like we were one rapper short, and he's like, anybody in the audience wants to battle her, and then one guy did, and he won. I was like, I can't stop giggling. I can't stop giggling.
But your name is already a rapper's name.
Oh,
right?
maybe.
You just go in. You
Chewy May.
for
Sure.
Like Chewy May. Nice. All right. If you weren't doing comedy, what would you be doing?
Oh. If I wasn't doing comedy, what would I be doing? I'd probably be just homeless, I think.
Homeless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad at everything else,
Yeah,
really.
you both.
I mean, I try other things. I mean, I've had other jobs and I've been good at them, but I didn't enjoy any of them enough that if I stopped doing comedy, I'd be like, I'll just go back to doing that. Like, no.
Yeah.
Warehouses, no. No. I mean, none of that. Like,
No.
I'm dumb because I didn't like do what I was supposed to do, go to college and stuff. So I don't have the degree to fall back on. I just have my manual labor, a very spotty employment record.
Yeah.
So comedy is pretty much the only game, really.
Yeah.
If that's how you spent the
Don't
first
fuck that. Fuck
27, 28 years of your life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was off the grid.
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah, man! I didn't have nothing. I had nothing.
So
Nobody
you were
had no
making
idea.
children. That's
Yeah.
what you were doing.
No, yeah,
Off the
I had
grid.
kids.
Kids.
But I had kids, but the only way that you would know they were mine is if you found the birth certificate. Like
Oh shit.
there was like I was that far off of like idiot. Only used cash. Like I went.
Off the
Yeah.
motherfucking grid.
Yeah. Always like that. Now I'm semi-not.
How's that feel? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Chewy.
Me, I did have a day job. I worked in an office before.
Corporate?
Corporate job,
Nice.
and in a corporate job, I didn't do as much comedy as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would have been doing that, and I would be probably 300 pounds because I was also very fat when I was working in the office job.
They're feeding you?
Feeding you, and to fill the void in your soul,
Wow.
you shove Monday bagels.
Uh,
Bagel Mondays.
That was the only reason why I would take a corporate job for the food.
Friday beers.
That's Friday beers. I would do that. But it sucks.
Yeah,
Right?
I get.
That's the trade-off.
Yeah, you fill the void in your soul with their office bagels and office nuts.
I like. Did you see a question on here that you wanted to answer?
I mean,
Because they looked at the list, which I usually don't do.
They're all good.
They were-
I'll answer any of those questions.
You ready for any?
Any of those
Ooh,
questions.
it's gonna be
What are you
sexual.
not? What are you not good at?
What am I not good
Yeah.
at? I thought I already answered that.
Did
but you
we
weren't
do
listening.
that?
I just said
He
I'm
did
not
not
good at
listen.
anything except for comedy.
Jimmy was lost in Bob's beard.
No, I'm good. I'm not. I'm specifically not good at building things. Like I'm not handy.
Really?
As a person. Yeah.
You don't.
No.
You look like a handy guy.
I look like I
look
can
like you know
fix
about, like, plywood and
everything,
shit.
but no. I look like MacGyver, but if I had a pocket knife, I'd cut myself. Like, I don't.
What's
Oh, that's
the
dark.
truck from Cars?
The truck from I don't remember.
Oh,
Mater.
Mater. You
Fuck
look like.
you. Fuck you. That's terrible.
It's
I'm not a redneck tow truck that sounds
Oh,
like
yeah.
fucking Dan Whitney.
Neck up, he looks like Duck Dynasty neck down. He looks like
Yeah, no, I know.
Like
It's
that.
annoying. I know. I know.
You know what you look like.
I do. I do know what I look like, and I get it. Like I get it. I understand. People are always confused. They see me, and then they find out things
Really?
about me, and they're like, "What?
Yeah.
That makes no sense."
Absolutely.
I know. Drugs. It's drugs. I did drugs
Drugs.
in the beard, and I've had it since I did the drugs and decided to grow the beard. That's how it worked out.
Stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck. Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if we could smoke his beard, we'll get like super high.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. I don't think it would work. But I mean, I guess for joke purposes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You die, we're smoking your beard. Just so you know.
Oh, okay.
We gotta smoke Bob's beard.
Oh, okay. I'll put that in my will.
What are you not good at?
I'm not good at a lot of stuff. I recently am trying fucking with a dick. and I realized I'm not good at it. I lasted 2 minutes, and she had to ride most of it.
Wait, what? How do you not last?
No, because like it's
Your
it's
hips gave out, or
yeah, no, like you're a fit man. I'm not a fit man. My core strength died out, and I had to lie down, and she had to ride it. But next time I did it, I lasted like I would say 5 minutes.
That is fucking awesome.
5 minutes, and then she had to ride it.
What was the sound you made when you stopped?
Say one I make.
It was like the second chick that I used it on. She saw that I was sweating, and she was like, "Hold on," and she went to the bathroom and gave me a towel, and I was like, "Thank you."
Nice. She's polite. That's nice.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome.
Nice. That's a caring lover.
That's fucking beautiful.
So I'm not good at that, but I'm getting better at it. Jimmy, people to ladies.
Practice makes perfect. Do those planks.
Planks.
Plank it out.
I also heard that like if you squat and you
Squats.
thrust, then it'll help.
Yeah, squat. How do you know that you're not hurting her? Where's the point of?
How I know when she doesn't say that I'm hurting her.
Okay.
Yeah.
She won't say if I'm hurting her.
She won't say.
She will say.
Oh shit! Okay.
Like women, are your women really quiet?
Yeah, no.
Do you gag
no.
them? Like, don't say it hurts you.
No, I like sounds. I like sound. That's actually my next question. Like, what's your favorite sound? Like
My favorite sound.
My favorite. Let's do favorite sound and then favorite sexual sound.
Okay. My favorite sound is the sound of feedback. I like the sound of feedback.
People talking.
No, feedback.
Like microphones?
Like in guitar, like rock and roll music.
Like that.
That like, yeah, I like that sound.
Wow.
Like I enjoy that sound. My favorite sexual sound, I would best describe it as the sound a giraffe makes. If she makes that sound, I'm
What sound does a giraffe make?
it's like, it's very odd. It's a strange.
I didn't
I
kind of
actually know
muffled.
I failed kindergarten. I don't know giraffes make sounds.
It's a weird sound.
Because I watch giraffes having babies on Animal Planet.
There
I
you
know
go.
that sound.
Yeah.
And
It almost sounds like they're saying like
yeah,
but it's like more
like a raw
guttural.
cow.
It's
yeah.
like a very guttural version of like right?
Yeah.
And like if I'm with a woman and she makes that sound, then I know at least I feel better.
So
I don't know if she
would-
finished or not, but
You
I'm
know, it
like,
doesn't
oh,
matter.
I'm done now. You made the giraffe sound.
Check.
Check. We're finished. I might
done here, ladies and
not
gentlemen.
actually be done, but I heard the sound. It means I'm getting at it. It's like having a really good joke as your, before your last joke, but the joke before it hits really well, you just go, you know what? I'm done. I'm going. Leave it on that one right there. Yeah, leave it on that one there, just in case the last joke doesn't work. It's gonna be like, you remember that second to last joke? You remember that? That's gonna be a good one.
Chewy.
I guess my favorite non-sex sound.
Non-sex sound.
I like the guitar one. I like reverb.
So yeah, reverb.
Yeah, that's fun.
Is that the
Like when
echo?
you're speaking and it's like like the echoey thingy. I like that. Favorite sex sound for me. I made fun of a chick for it. When she was touching it, it sounded like eating spaghetti, like milk.
Yeah.
Because it's like really moist.
Yeah,
really into
wet.
it,
Yeah.
and it sounds like a long setup. So that's what I like. I like the sound.
Slappy sound.
The slappy sound.
I like growling.
Growling.
Yeah. Like
That's your sex sound?
That's my sex sound.
Oh, that's your sex
That's my when she
You
growls.
You look like.
So when she sounds like a man, you like it.
No, it's like a lion, like a lioness growl, like a. She growls into the pillow. It's like, oh, yeah, that's
I've only heard that on porn.
my hat tip. That's
Never actually.
Yeah, when you push the lower back, she's like, all right. Let's see. What if heaven exists? Well, are you atheist?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. that giggles.
But go ahead. I was ready for this.
What would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Get out.
Get
Get out.
That's it.
That's it. I've been a good person, but apparently I didn't do it exactly right. So he better be like, get out.
Then what would the devil say to you?
You gotta be. He'd probably be like, yeah, we expected this. Come on down. Come have fun. I'll go have fun. Honestly, I would like to go to hell if for no other reason than to hear the screams of conservative Republicans who thought they were going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
That for me would be heaven.
Jeez.
Just to hear them
Did
tormented
you ever see
in pain.
What Dreams May Come?
No,
I
mean, I've seen like
Yeah.
bits and pieces of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it
Like
all the way through.
when he goes to hell and then he has to walk. He's finding his wife and he has to walk on people's like. It's like a cobblestone and people's faces that he's walking on.
Yeah.
Like that would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that is hell, and that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, no. As long as it's the conservative Republicans screaming in pain, then yeah, I'd love that. That'd be great. Yeah, no, seriously, because they all think that they're so good, but we all know better.
Somebody gotta go.
Than that.
Somebody gotta go.
And if you're Jehovah's Witness, only 177,000 and something people get into heaven anyway. So.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's only a certain amount of people get into heaven. Everybody else is fucked. It doesn't even matter. The best part about being a Jehovah's Witness is it doesn't even matter if you're a Jehovah's Witness. Because there are way more Jehovah's Witnesses than 177,000.
Yeah.
But only the best.
Oh,
Only
shit.
the best
I'm
of
sure
the best
there's
of the best of the Jehovah's Witnesses are getting into heaven, and all the rest of them are going to be going, damn.
I'm sure there's like a maximum capacity in heaven.
I once told
think?
some...
Yeah, well, you need
That's why people
space.
get,
like
you know.
nobody likes a crowded.
That's why reincarnation,
Right.
they send them back.
Yeah.
Right.
You got rejected.
There's like
I got rejected.
There's like there's like a, the little thing outside, the little stanchions outside. You got to wait in line. Someone's got to...
There's a line.
Are you on the list? Are you on the
Oh yeah,
list?
limbo.
I feel like there's a line and everybody stands there with a box. You ever see that?
A box?
Yeah. And
What's
the
in your box?
the bigger your box, the less you've given back to people.
Bigger your box?
Yeah. So you want to have the smallest
You want a
box
small box?
possible.
Yeah, everybody likes it when you have a small box.
No, well, yeah, like a small box.
Even God likes it if you have a small box.
Small
No
box.
box is better. If you don't have any box, you gave everything.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
So you have to be a hoe to get to heaven.
You have to
Hoe it up.
Yeah. So
Give it away to everybody.
basically what you're
Give it all
saying
up.
is hoes
I
get to
guess
heaven.
hoes go to heaven. I guess so.
Give it up all the time.
That's the name of this
See
episode.
Christians.
Hoes.
See Christians.
Hoes
You're
to
saying that that's a sin, but in reality, hoes go to heaven.
Hoes go to heaven.
They gave it up.
They
Hoes
gave it
give
up.
They
to-
give
everybody.
mankind. They gave it up.
They give everything they
Yeah,
have.
they give everything they have to
They have
mankind.
nothing left to give, and they just
Yeah.
nice empty box.
Oh yeah, and then their reward is their boxes are smaller now.
Yeah, the boxes are small. Fucking stupid. Chewy.
I don't know what I would want God to say. Hey, I don't know.
Does that boy just
Maybe like a godly hug. I don't know. Hey, like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
what God is.
I really wanted to be. I'm not even a Viking. I wanted to be those big Viking doors, and my family just be on the other side, just all my ancestors.
Even the
So
undead ones.
You don't want
No,
God there.
I want to. Yeah, I want a God there.
But
like,
what does he say?
Just what does he say? He just says he just slow clap. I just
Slow
want-
clap?
Yeah,
He's slow clap.
He's slow clap.
Like so they're
he-
sarcastic clap, like
yeah,
good job.
yeah, good.
He
Rob.
fucking 10 things I hate about you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what God does.
yeah.
And all of his omnipresence and everything.
Just walk
all he
up,
does is he slow claps.
slow
you.
claps. Just slow claps and all the
You-
shit that I've done.
You are the proudest person I've ever met. By far. The proudest person.
I want to earn a heavenly
Not
slow clap.
he doesn't even give you an attaboy. He's just
Nah,
Not even
just
like hello, my name is.
no. You know it's God.
I don't know.
Just a guy. Just slow clap. Just two hands. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I want to earn. Oh, what are you looking on? I never know what button to press.
There you go.
You got any questions? You want to ask questions? We can question.
He's preparing a set.
Yeah, he's.
I'm good. Any questions?
Yeah.
Do you
You're our audience. You're our
Sure,
audience
yeah.
too. We have
How do
more.
you feel about the state of comedy today?
Ooh, good
Oh.
shot.
Oh wow.
That's
See?
good. That's a good question. I mean, at first, I feel like I've not really been doing comedy long enough to answer this question. But at the same time, I've been doing comedy for 7 years, so I absolutely can answer this question. I feel like it kind of depends on where you are. The state of comedy is
Yeah.
what the state of comedy is. Like if you're in big cities, the state of comedy almost seems to be in some ways in peril because of the way that people like get freaked out over what people say. But when you go out into like smaller places, like small towns and like smaller states, like they're bored, so they just want to laugh.
They'll come out.
And if you come out and you tell a well-formed joke, they'll laugh. You know what I mean? And they understand that they're there to see a comedy show. Where it feels like people in the larger cities go to a comedy show to see what they can find that they can pick out and say, oh, well, this person said that, or this person, wasn't sensitive
Way
in this
more
way, or
critical.
they like. Whereas in the middle of the country, they're just like, oh, fuck it, it's a
Yeah,
joke.
just saying,
Like,
have
tell
a
me a
good
joke.
time.
Is it a good
Yeah,
joke? I'm
have
gonna
a
have a good
good
time.
time.
Drunk, and I'm gonna have fun.
Say your name again for the tape.
Gene Morgan.
Gene Morgan, and you asked. Say it loud.
What do you think of the state of comedy
What do
today?
you used to think the state of comedy is today? Chewy May.
I feel like it's very oversaturated, but because of that, there's a lot more avenues for different types of comedy. If that makes sense. Like there's like in New York City and big cities, there's like a comedy spot in every corner, but each comedy spot now is like different. Like back in the day, it was like, oh, only the main room, only like a certain type of comedy is allowed. But now it's like all types.
Yeah, it was like a fraternity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the state of comedy now because you have social media and you have all these venues
Yeah.
to take advantage of.
Yeah.
Like there's more opportunity.
More opportunities and more
But you
opportunities
also
for
have to
places.
outwork more people.
Yeah.
You have to bust your ass.
Well, and another problem is that the clubs, like, still think that they're like viable.
Yeah. It's
Like that's
transition now.
that they're a necessity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, it used to be, I guess,
Yeah.
in the '80s and like '90s.
'Cause that's all there was.
How you
It was-
moved up. You went into the club, and then you got a late night spot, and then like you moved on from there.
Yeah.
And now, like, you never have to set foot in an
Absolutely.
actual comedy club, and you could make $100,000 a
You do
year
everything,
doing just
absolutely.
touring.
Yeah.
And you never do a comedy club. You can do your own, like completely do your own tours where nobody's involved other than you and making the money. No, that wasn't a thing before.
Yeah, I like it.
And I think if you tried before, like I think if people would have tried that in the '80s, people would have been like, "What are you talking about?" Like
Yeah.
we go to the improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why would we? Who's gonna go see comedy in the back room of a bar?
That-
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And now it's
Then
in New York. That's probably 95% of the comedy shows having in the back room of a bar.
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
best clubs, they
Or
had
the
Cannibal
basement,
Burst's rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cannibal Burst's room was like became legendary, and it was like it was a bar show that became legendary. Michael Che's show when he used to run it in Brooklyn became legendary. You don't need a club.
No.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Make it happen for yourself. All right. That's good.
You good?
Yeah.
That's good. Shout out your handles, your Twitter handles.
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter, Chewy Comedy, and on Facebook as Chewy Comedy, on Instagram as Chewy May, and for upcoming shows and events and projects, go to my website, chewycomedy.com.
What shows you got coming up?
It's all over New
All
York.
over the city.
I'm bouncing around, so it's
And battle rapping. You can find her battle rapping in the city.
yeah, it's me giggling on stage as people make fun of me. I'm just
We
giggling on
made it
stage.
giggles. Giggles for life. All right. Bob, what you got going on?
I run a monthly show at the Montrose in Brooklyn.
Awesome show.
Co-organizer of the Park Slope Comedy Festival in Park Slope,
Yes.
Brooklyn, coming up in October.
First one.
First one.
Dope.
60 plus comics from a lot, mostly New York, but a few
Yeah.
people from across the country. I think a guy from Toronto made it in too.
Nice.
Also, my handles at Kitson's Funny on
Kitson's funny.
Twitter and Bob Kitson Comic on Instagram, and you can just.
Are you big on social media? Yeah.
Not my own stuff.
No?
I'm trying to be
Website?
big with the like the Park Slope thing. I'm like
Yeah.
really pushing the social media for that. But yeah, no, I'm lazy as
Cool.
shit when it comes to
Get your shit
promotion and stuff like that. I'm bad at it.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have our live studio audience. Give it
Thank
up for
you.
yourself.
What
We're
a-
here. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you
Thank you
very
for having
much.
me.
This is the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples signing out. I want to have like a closing catchphrase. I
Sure.
don't have it yet, but I'll work on it. Like, yeah.